Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's do some absolutely stinking cute crafting. Stay tuned. So the fantastic crafting on Instagram just keeps growing. So you guys go out to Instagram, check out hashtag Posh Paper Lady Inspired, and you are going to see some of the most fabulous projects on Instagram. Y'all are doing some amazing things. And for those of you who are crafting the Posh Paper Lady projects and you're just holding on to them, go ahead, upload those pictures on Instagram using the hashtag Posh Paper Lady Inspired and let everyone enjoy your beautiful crafting. So here is today's project, guys. We have been using this black and white contact paper from the Dollar Tree and black poster board from the Dollar Tree to make some awesome projects. And this one is no different. We are going to take one of the Dollar Tree writing tablets and turn it into this awesome little journal. It is to die for gorgeous. And when you open it up, we have a sweet little pocket on the inside. And then we have page after page after page of sturdy writing goodness. This pad has 100 sheets in it, and that's exactly what we're going to be putting in this book. And look at how pretty that is. This is what we are going to be making today. So y'all, let's make it. So here is what we're going to need to make this awesome notebook. We're going to need one of the Dollar Tree writing tablets, and we're going to take it from this to this. Fabulous. We are going to need a piece of the Dollar Tree poster board cut down to 11 3/4 by 8 5/8. We're going to need another piece, and it's scrap, of the Dollar Tree poster board. And this one will be the outside pocket, and it will be cut to 2 by 3. Then we'll have our inside pocket that will be cut to 3.5 by 5 5/8. And then, of course, you're going to need something beautiful to cover the outside with. Again, I'm using the Dollar Tree contact paper, but you can use whatever contact paper you have. You can use wrapping paper. You can use regular cardstock. Doesn't have to be contact paper. But because I do have this, and I have, of course, fallen in love with it, I am going to be using it on some of my projects. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to separate the notebook. So I am going to just take off all of this, and I'm going to take off the back too. Now the back is a nice piece of board that if you want to save it for later, you can, and just save it and craft with it at another date. Then I am going to take one of my clamps, and these are Dollar Tree clamps too, by the way. And I'll use my Reptile Glue because I am making this book permanent. And all I'm going to do, and I'm going to get my fingers really messy doing this, but that's going to be okay. So I am going to put a line of glue just like that. And then I'm going to take my fingers and spread that glue because I want to make sure that I cover all of my pages and that I get that glue down on the inside. And I really am able to achieve that full coverage by doing it exactly as I just did it. So now I'm going to put this to the side and let it dry. All right, guys, and while the papers are drying, we're going to go ahead and make the book jacket. And the way that we're going to do it, we're going to score on the 11 7/8 inch side, and our first score will be at 5 3/4 inch, and then our next score will be at 6 1/8. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to go ahead and fold and burnish this just to get it started before I actually put it down on my contact paper. So let's just go ahead and fold and burnish our spine. And we'll have a spine that is 3/8 of an inch wide. Then I'm going to bring in my contact paper. And you're going to have a lot of scrap contact paper if you're doing this project. So make sure you save your scraps because we'll be able to use them later on other projects. So all I'm going to do is lay this down on my contact paper so I can get an idea of where I need to cut off to make my project. So I am just going to remove some contact paper. And this is the piece right here that we're going to work with. So now I'm just going to separate it from the backer sheet like this. And I can place this down. And then I can take my book jacket and just lay it down. And then I'm going to flip it over and just remove all of the bubbles. And like I said in a previous video, I haven't had any issues with bubbling after the fact. I just go over it with my big old spatula and they have all come out for me. So now what I am going to do is I am going to remove all of this excess. And I'll remove my excess from all 4 sides of my project. And this really is an easy peasy project, but my goodness, the end result is just so elegant and so upscale. And this is just so easy to do, y'all. So now I have my booklet. I'm gonna go over it one more time. Now I can take this, and because I've pre-scored it, I can now just reinforce where I did those scores. And just like that, we have a very nice little booklet that has a protective cover on it, and it's also flexible when we work with it. So now I'm going to bring in my papers, and I can see that I've got a nice little sheen on here. I don't know if y'all can see the sheen, but it's pretty much translucent and I can feel it when I run my hands along the bottom. So what I'm going to do now is I don't need this top portion here. So all I'm going to do is trim off about 1/8 of an inch. And I'll do that with my finger blade. So I'm just going to start going against my ruler as my guide and just cutting down into this pad. And I'll do this until I get to the bottom. And this is how we make our own custom pad. So it was already a nice flip top pad, but I wanted mine to be true booklet style. So I'm cutting off the flip top portion, and now I have a book that will open. So now that we have this, I'm going to take it and just go ahead and put it inside of my book to make sure I have a proper fit. And look at that, y'all. I do. It is a perfect fit. So what I'm going to do now is I want to take the left side of this and just bend it back a little bit, because that's going to help when I insert this. It will help to make sure that I don't have glue going over to the top. So again, I'm going to bring in my Reptile Glue, and this time I'm just going to place some dots because we don't need a lot. And I'll take my finger again and just spread that out. And now I can take this and I'm going to stand it up first so that I can place it inside of my book. So I'll put it in just like this, and I want to make sure that it's even at the top and the bottom. Then I'm going to run my finger along the spine, and I am immediately going to flip open this top part and hold it just like this. And then I'm going along the back side and just massaging that glue in, but I want to make sure that I don't overlap this piece. So let's just massage the glue in. Now that I know that the glue isn't going to ooze out, I can close it, and now I can use my big old spatula just to gently massage that glue in, open it up, and y'all see we have a beautiful, beautiful book that when it's dry, these pages are not going to come out unless you rip them out, and then they will come out. So while it's drying, we are going to go ahead and make our outside pocket. So I'm going to take my beautiful book and just set it off to the side. So to make our pocket, we're using a 4x4 piece, and we are going to score at 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch on 3 sides. So that's 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. 1/4 and 1/2. And y'all know what? You actually can just score at 1/4 inch on 3 sides, because what I was planning on doing before I changed my mind mid-project. So just go ahead and make your score on 1/4 inch on 3 sides of this. And now I have folded and burnished those scores, and I am simply going to notch out my corner pieces just like that. And I'll do this one, and that's removed. And now I can fold in the 2 sides, and I'm just going to place glue on the bottom. So I'll place a drop of glue right here and a drop right there. Just like that. Then let's just fold this up. I'll use my spatula to start the stick. And then I'm going to take my glue, and I am going to run my glue along the 3 pieces that I scored. And just make sure that you don't get glue on the inside of your pocket. Otherwise, you won't have a workable pocket anymore. So then you can take this, and wherever you want to place it on your book is up to you. You can place it at the bottom, you can place it in the middle, you can place it cat-a-corner like that, or you don't have to place a pocket at all. But I am going to place my pocket right there. I'm going to look at it first before I actually use my spatula to get it stuck. Then when I like the placement, I'll use my spatula to get that stuck. And sometimes, because we are putting the glue down on this contact paper, your pocket or paper might move. Just go ahead and reposition it. So now I have my topper piece, and this piece measures 2x3. And all I'm going to do is take it and fold it about 1/2 inch. So then I'll take my scissors, just notch in right there, notch in right there. And then I also just want to do a slight notch on the front. And then once I have all my notching done, all I'm going to do is add some glue to this and put it right here. So I'll be adding my glue on this piece. I'll tuck it in right here and just glue that down on the inside to the back of the pocket. And now I can take some more glue, place my glue right there. And just like that, this wonderful little project has come together. So now I have these Mambi chips, chipboard stickers, and I am simply going to take one and use it as an embellishment on this piece. And I like this one because it says life is good, and I think that that is very cute on there. So then I'll just take a piece of scrap, go into that pocket, and open it up so that whoever gets this, if they want to place something in that pocket, they've got a nice little spot for that. So then, guys, I am going to take a scrap piece of my poster board and my contact paper, and we're going to create an inside pocket. And this pocket piece measures 3.5 by 5 5/8. So what I'm going to do, very simple, I am simply going to peel off that backing, take this piece, put it down. I'm going to move this out of the way for a second, and then I'll just squeeze out all of those air bubbles, and I will use my finger blade to remove the excess. And I'm removing my excess from all 4 sides. And covered the pocket in scrap contact paper, and my pocket piece measures 3.5 by 5 5/8. I am going to go ahead and place my glue on the 2 short sides of this and on one long side, and then we'll place it down, and we are going to end up with a very sweet pocket. And I am very carefully spreading out that glue to get that stick because I don't want any of the glue transferring to that spine area. And now I'll bring back in my Mambi chips, and I think the one that I want to use is this one that says love this, because I do. And I am going to take that, put it right there. And now we have our second gorgeous, gorgeous notebook. One says dream and one says life is good. Both of them are oh so true. So when you open this up and you start opening through, you now have writing booklets that you can go back and just write whatever you want to write on the inside, because these are not only flexible but large writing books and very, very well constructed writing books. These will definitely last you, or for those of you who are doing any type of a craft fair goers love those items that they can take for writing purposes and note-taking purposes. So these would be great for that. So I hope that you have liked this project. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.